One more time. Oh, golly. Well, there you go, guys. There you have it. I've had several people ask if you can hold a Tokay Gecko, and yeah, you can. And I just wanted to show you what you can expect if he bites you. No blood. Hope y'all enjoyed that little clip. My pain for y'all's enjoyment, I guess. Stay tuned. How's it going, guys? Official Geckos sent me a message that asked to do a video, like a care video on a Tokay Gecko. And so I figured, hey, it's a good idea. I'll just, you know, pick out 3 random geckos and we'll do a short video. That is the Tokay Gecko. And yes, they are snappy. You know, a lot of geckos don't like to be held, them in particular. What's neat about the Tokay Gecko is it's actually the 2nd largest gecko and you know, in the world. They'll get, males can get 15 inches, females are usually around 11 inches. Of course, the largest gecko being the New Caledonian giant gecko, but this guy comes in 2nd. Now they can be tamed down if you can get, you know, get somebody that has one as a hatchling that was a captive bred. You know, usually a larger one is a wild caught. Now I've had this one here for about 3.5 years now, and he was a little bitty guy. We got him from a shows. Of course, they don't know if he was a captive or not. It's been a really cool gecko. They originate from South Asia. You know, they like high humidity, 60 to 80% humidity, and an ambient temperature from, you know, 80 to 85 does them fine. Now this gecko will bask, even though it is a nocturnal gecko, and I don't provide them with a basking light all the time. It's just, you know, once a week I'll pull them down and put a UVB on them, and he's the only one that'll come out and bask. The other geckos, they stay pretty well hid away. But yeah, you know, the Tokay's a really cool gecko. If you're thinking about getting into geckos, you know, they're relatively inexpensive. That's for one that you know, have to question if it's wild caught, and they'll live 10 to 15 years, no problem. You know, of course, you feed them crickets. And I have a water bowl in there, by the way. I guess I go over there and close his enclosure real quick too. I have a water bowl in there, but I've never witnessed him drink from the water bowl like a lot of geckos won't. So I actually mist him daily. Mist him enough to kind of dampen the cage and then let it dry out. The next day I mist him again, and that's when he drinks. Another good starter gecko is the lion gecko or skunk gecko. Now, this gecko is actually a relative of the Tokay Gecko. It comes from New Guinea and Indonesia. Really pretty geckos. That gives a good excuse to pick him up, I guess. Really fast, really flighty gecko. Really cool cat eyes, you can see there. But you know, all geckos pretty much have the capability to make some kind of noise. You know, they do it for different reasons. You know, of course, mating and territorial. But these geckos here are relatively inexpensive. Like I say, they are a member of the Tokay Gecko family. They don't get quite as big. They can get, you know, 8 to 10 inches full grown. They don't need a whole lot of space. And they actually have the same care requirements as the Tokay Gecko does. High humidity. And I've never kept a light on them full time. Like I say, I will give it to them to have the option, but I have never witnessed them use it. The other one is the golden gecko. It comes from Vietnam. It's a little smaller, 7 to 8 inches in size, full grown, but it can live 10 to 15 years. Let me see, I get this lid. I'll show you that one. Same thing, insectivorous, same temperatures, you know, 75, 85 ambient, it's fine. With a 60 to 80% humidity on these geckos here. And like I told you in other videos, I've had that one now for over 10 years on that gecko, and his lifespan is 10 to 15. They have the little hairs also to be able to grip the glass. You know, most of your desert species, like your leopards, your fat tails, you know, they lack those hairs, so therefore they lack the capability to climb glass and such. But like I said, a golden gecko comes from Vietnam region. They like high humidity. I do the same thing with him to provide care. You know, just 75 to 85. And I've never had any kind of ulterior heat on them or auxiliary heat on my geckos. And they seem to thrive good. Just a clean enclosure and a good daily misting. I don't even keep water bowls in either one of these tanks. I never have with the golden. He will not drink from water bowl, and you know, with the misting. Now when we go out of town and stuff, I'll actually, you know, supply a water bowl then, of course, to give them some humidity. But I have somebody that when we go out of town that normally comes every 2 days and takes care of my animals for me. But yeah, geckos are really, really cool, guys. Like I say, I had a request there. Official Geckos requested that video on, you know, what I do to take care of them. The Tokay, you can house one Tokay Gecko like you see here, having a vertical enclosure. It's equivalent to about a 10-gallon. You can keep a trio of them. You want to go, of course, larger, at least a 30-gallon for a trio. Never keep two males together once they're over about 6 months of age, and you'll be fine, you know, with them. I've always just kept one individually. I never really cared about breeding them. But yeah, I mean, that's geckos are really cool. Some of my favorite creatures. I want a leaf tail at some point. I will have one of those in my collection. The giant day geckos, they're awesome, and they can live for like 30 years. But you know, they do need full spectrum light, UVB. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I was trying to think if there's anything else I needed to cover with you on that. I sure hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed my pain at the beginning, just showing you that, yeah, I mean, even if they do bite you, it's not that bad. I mean, you can look at my hand, there's no marks left. It's just usually a good crunch. Sometimes they'll hold on, most of the time they'll let go. But I wanted to throw that out there real quick for you, Official Geckos. I hope that covered some stuff. If you got any other questions about it, don't hesitate to ask me, and I'll do my best to help you out with it. So until next time, see you then.